For the intro of this video, I'm going to use two words. About time. Yeah, it's about time I did this review. And it's about time I got hold of one of these, because I've been after one since I seen the launch of the Benelli M2 SP a couple of years ago in Germany at IWA. In fact, it was this guy. He actually did a video. I don't know how you pronounce his surname. Kim Le Penan. He's sound guy. He done a video for me because he is, well, one of the greatest shots in the world. In fact, what does it say there? IPSC World Champion Standard Manual Division, for your information. Yeah, Kim, he gave me a real good rundown of this shotgun a couple of years back in Germany, IWA, like I said. And I love this thing. As soon as I seen it, as soon as I felt the bolt on it, it was literally, just like glass. I thought, God, I can't wait until these come to the UK. I've got to get my hands on one. And kindly on loan from GMK, I have one. Now, a lot of guys have been asking me to do this one and asking me how it compares to the Beretta 1301 Comp Pro. Now, this is what I'm going to tell you, okay? I've got to say, the Beretta, the blue 1301 Comp Pro, I've not got one here with me. It would have been ideal to sort of compare them both, but you just have to watch the other video. I prefer the look of the Beretta, if I'm honest. I like all the detailings on it. I love the way that, you know, the Beretta logo goes over the fore end. I like the blue. I just love it. It's just a real nice looking shotgun. But the Benelli feels better to shoot. And it feels a lot smoother. And what's the word? Yeah, it just feels like it cycles a lot slicker. Don't know, weird. Yeah, it just does. It just feels more refined to shoot, if that makes sense. I mean, I could be wrong. This could have had. This is a demo shotgun. It could have had a ton of hammer. Could have had thousands and thousands of shells through this. So it's kind of hard to sort of you know, be definite on that one. It just, I don't know, it just feels better to shoot, this one does. It's slimmer for a start. The whole thing is slimmer. The foregrip is slimmer. I don't know. Oh, if I was to buy one, do you know what? I'd seriously be scratching my head. Like I say, I love the look of the Beretta. I love the feel of the M2. I think I'd have to go on the red or blue thing. And then I'm like, well, do you know what? I've got a Stoker M3K. Yeah, I know it's a bit sort of lower level than one of these. But then you're just like, remember the old Milky Way advert? The blue car and the red car had a race. It'd be kind of like that, wouldn't it? Just thought I'd show that. Awesome Cerakote job by High Caliber Coatings, just to let you know. Shameless plug for them. But no, the M2 SP. Okay, let's run down some specifics. I've got a bug in here. Give you some info on this thing before we sort of have a look at it in detail. Okay, so it's inertia. It's not gas, so it works on inertia, which is good because it runs cleaner, because all the crap goes straight out of the barrel rather than gas having to come back and cycle the action. So that's always a good thing. But what you've got to remember with inertia shotguns is you've got to hold it in your shoulder. No sloppiness in the shoulder, else it will jam up. So 12 gauge, okay, 26-inch barrel. I'm reading off these specs here, so these might be wrong. I ain't got a tape in here. Well, I'll roll that in the details. Comes with a full set of chokes. I've not got the full set of chokes with me, but they are knurled and easily changeable. Okay, this is, like I said, this is a demo shotgun, so it's just come with what it's got in pretty much. I've not got the original box or the manual for it either. Fibre optic sight, and you've got a rear sight which I'll show you more about in a minute. Matte black anodized receiver, a machined and blued bolt unit. Again, I'll talk to you more about that in a minute. Interchangeable butt plate, interchangeable elastomer, they call it, comb. You've got red magazine, as you can see. That's the most obvious thing about this Benelli. 10 rounds it'll hold, depending on what size you get by the looks of it. I'm just reading here. Yeah, this is 10+1. I think I put 10 in it. So yeah, we'll just go with 10+1. Overall length is 1,224 millimeters. Okay, that's with a 26-inch barrel. Weight is 3¼ kilos. Okay, or 3,250 grams. I'm not going to go imperial on that. Pounds, you have to do the conversion. So yeah, I'll read off this just for information then. So Comfortech system. So that's basically it's a recoil reducing bits and pieces going on in the stock, pretty much. Remember the Beretta? That's what I did like about the Beretta. You got the dampeners in the Beretta with almost like car springs, shock absorbers. That's probably a winner for the Beretta actually. Benelli, yeah, it has got same sort of thing I think going on in there. Really good recoil absorption system. I mean, I know I've run a Beretta. I'm going to get confused here, aren't I now? I've run a Benelli Supernova 12 gauge, and this thing will take 3.5-inch magnums. So this is my Hunter. This shotgun is. I've put some heavy loads through this thing, and it really does soak up the recoil. There's no doubt about it. I can vouch for that, and I have owned this shotgun. This one's a pump, Supernova. I've owned this for, you know, a good few years now, and it's really had some rounds through it. And yeah, I can definitely vouch for the Comfortech. That's got the same stock, obviously, but not the camo. So yeah, Comfortech, absolute winner. You know, that is my field gun. Very good system on that. I'm going to catch this bug in a minute. The bolt, yeah, okay, that's interesting. Do you know what? Let's get rid of that. I'm going to just tell you how it is in my way rather than reading it. I don't like reading stuff. So let's take it from the stock end. So, fairly soft, well, pretty damn soft recoil pad there. Got a bit of texturing on there, and then you've got like this, obviously, fully synthetic stock, real tough. Okay, it doesn't sort of feel really echoey and hollow or anything like that. Got these rubber inlays here which are part of the Comfortech, which absorb the shock. Rubber inlay here, not as soft as the recoil pad, but again, you can change them out as well if you want to. I think they're sort of optional extras or accessories. Ambidextrous stock, which is nice. And then you've got, it's not checkering, it's on the pistol grip. It's more of a dimpling, I'd call it. It's sort of like a honeycomb pattern. Not bad, not as sharp as on like an original Beretta 1301 comp that had like literally great cheese. Not as grippy as that, so that's worth noting. You've got the same texture on the fore end as well. Benelli's logo there. Moving on to the actual action. I believe it is steel. I could be wrong. I need to get a magnet on it, don't I? I need to have a magnet. Someone suggested that once. Get a magnet on the reviews if you're not sure. Had a nice finish. You've got M2 SP there in red, which looks really cool. Oversized bolt release there. Oversized bolt handle. inertia operated, like I said, so it runs clean. But what I will take, God, it's gunky in there because this is a demo gun, like I said. What I will say is that that bolt, I mean, this thing is dirty. It is dirty. It is like glass. It really is like glass, that thing is. Yeah, well, when I was at the show, when I first seen these things, when they were unveiled on the Benelli stand by Kim, who I mentioned earlier, I felt a brand new one of these, you know, and I felt the bolt on it, and it was like glass then, you know, brand new thing. And I don't think I felt a bolt as smooth as the Benelli. It is. It's just silky smooth. If that was all cleaned up, lubed up as well, it'd be even slicker. It'd be like absolute silk. One thing that has really struck me about the Benelli is they've not cut away any of the magazine port, or the loading port even. They've not cut any of that away, and I find that a little bit, what's the word, behind the competition. I don't know, I just think it is. And the loading gate as well doesn't stay down. The Comp Pro does, so when you push the loading gate down, it stays down. So I think they're a little bit, I don't know, they need to sort that in. Maybe the next model they need to sort that. But with this, you know, this is still fairly new, a couple of years old, getting on. I don't know, I think they probably should have just cut that port out a bit more. I mean, even on my cheapo blooming M3K, they've cut a bit out, you know. And I mean, this isn't a high-end competition shotgun either. So I find that a little bit bizarre, if I'm honest. I don't know why Benelli haven't done that. Maybe, I know guys who run M2s, you know, old school guys. I say old school guys. Guys that run M2s, you know, often just take them straight to the gunsmith to get some Dremel work and angle grinder work done on them straight away. But I don't know, you just think by now Benelli would do that as standard by cutting out the loading well. I don't know, is it me? Don't know, mate. I just find that a bit weird. The forend, I have sort of mentioned it, you know, the grip on it. I do find it really comfortable. I love the way you've got these deep sort of, what would you call them? Recesses, I guess. You can really sort of get a grip on it. It just feels slimmer. It feels so much slimmer than the Beretta. I really like that. There's your takedown up there. You've got barrel clamp here. Anodized. Oh God, don't get me started. Anodized. To just say anodized, I always say that. I got that so wrong in a video. I think it was the Beretta video. Anodized, not anodized. Anodized. Yeah. Anodized magazine tube. Okay. Touched on the chokes, extended nil chokes. You get a selection. Like I said, this is only a demo shotgun, so I've only got the one that's in. Massive fibre optic front sight, which I love. I love that. And this is a really cool feature. You've got a rear pop-up sight, which is a great idea. A great idea if you've got to run some slug through it. Do you know what? I think this is the first time I've had a shotgun on test and on loan, and I've not actually pushed any slug shot through it. I just forgot to get some. Yeah, I know. Racknload fail that was. I didn't have any slug on me when I was testing this. I was like, oh God, I forgot to get some slug. I had like several guns on test. And I don't know, just, you know, I was carrying quite a bit of ammo. I had to get quite a bit of ammo. I was like, oh God, I forgot a slug. Never mind. But that is a cool idea. I love that. Absolutely love that. You've got like, I don't know if we can really get it on camera, like a little notch there. So you can really get a good, I'm just looking down at myself, get a really good sight picture with that. And then when you're not using it, you just fold it down. That is so cool. So cool. High rib as well, as you can see. That's probably at least 10 mil wide as well. That rib's a real big rib on it. It's I don't know, what's the one on the Beretta? I think it's an 8 mil. That looks bigger to me. I wish I had the Beretta here to sort of compare it. Really, really nice profile on the top rib. Just a great looking shotgun. I did not get this thing jammed up once. Even with, I wasn't using the mega low stuff, but I was running, what was I running? 27 gram shells through it. It was just chewing them out. And I've used a lot of shotguns where I've put some low end stuff in, or low power stuff, should I say, and it's just choked up. This thing, again, this may have had loads and loads of rounds through it. You know, it's probably been broken in, like with any shotgun really, especially semi-auto. You've got to break them in a bit. You've got to put a good sort of 1,000 rounds through them before they really start loosening up. But no, I couldn't get this thing to choke. I didn't, like I say, I didn't have any of the mega super light 21 grams. I was out of them as well. I need to get an ammo dump, ammo drop sometime. But yeah, reliability, I had no issue. You know, everything's silky smooth on it. You know, the mag tube, easy to load. I don't know, it just needs to be cut out a bit more. You know, I wasn't quad loading or anything like that. I'm certainly not going to embarrass myself quad loading on camera. But I was pushing some through it. You know, I was doing a lot of loading up, and I don't know, I think I found the Beretta probably a little bit more smoother to load. You know, what with that loading gate staying down, the spring in the magazine on the Beretta, it just felt silky smooth, and a little bit lighter than this. This feels like it's got quite a strong spring in there. I don't know, these are just differences. Guys, I'm no expert, you know, I'm no sort of you know, world champion 3-gunner or anything. I'm sort of just saying it how I found it at the time, you know, having sort of tested them both. So yeah, crossbolt safety, oversized safety, which is what you want when you're doing sort of practical or 3-gun. Cannot really fault this shotgun. I really can't. It's just, like I say, if you've watched the Beretta one and now you're watching this one and you're like, oh, what do I do? You really need to have a hold of them both, because I think, well, first of all, you're either going to like red or blue, and then you'll feel the difference when you hold the Beretta and then you hold this. The Beretta's got, you know, nice sexy curves, whereas this is a little bit more athletic. That's probably the best way I can describe it. Yeah, so it's one of them. Shall I do a field strip? Oh God, I've not got it. Yeah, okay, we'll do a field strip. This is what I don't like about magazine and barrel clamps, is you have to mess about. Not that it's a major mess about, but you have to take them off, you know, if you want to get in and sort of have a look, do some maintenance. I don't really like taking these apart, because what happens is the magazine usually shoots off in a minute and I have springs going everywhere. Yep, just like that. So let's take, oh God, why did I do this? Why did I do it? I think I'll just leave it at that, yeah? So there's your field strip. Oh God. Yeah, something always goes wrong on here. My idiot board's falling down as well. Let's get rid of that. So yeah, we got springs hanging out. So there's your, basically the barrel will come off, the fore end will come off. Oh, let's I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at that. And you can take the bolt out and give it a clean, which is what it probably needs. Let's put it back together. Shall I try and put it back together on camera? You know full well, guys, it's going to go totally wrong, don't you? And I may just have to stop the camera from recording. Ta-da! As if by magic, it's back together. The power of editing. An hour later, trying to get that spring back in. Anyway, yeah, so as I was saying, you can field strip it in the field. Yeah, by taking off the barrel clamp, undoing that, and everything explodes everywhere. So yeah, anyway, it's back together, so that's the main thing. So yeah, the Benelli M2 SP, I like it. I really do like it, but I don't really know. Do you know what? The Beretta 1301 Comp Pro or the M2 SP. I kind of like the Beretta, if I'm honest. I like the way it's been cut out and you've not got to do anything to it. It's already been done. I think that is where the SP is lacking just a little bit. It just needs those little tweaks that the Beretta has had done in the factory. It just needs them doing, you know, without sort of going and voiding your warranty and having it all sort of milled out around here, you know, to make your quad loads easier. So yeah, probably, and having shot them both, I don't know. To be fair, I'd like to have had, when I had the Beretta, it was brand new. It was one of the first in the country. And you know, it hadn't had a lot of rounds through it. I'd like one that's had, it'd be interesting to see how one goes on that's had, say, you know, a few thousand shots through it, had some real sort of hard work, and see how it's bearing up. Unless, you know, the way to do it really is have the Beretta and the Benelli and 2,000 rounds of ammunition, and just put 1,000 rounds through both of them, you know, as fast as you can, and in all sorts of different situations to really sort of compare them. But you know, time and finances certainly won't warrant that. But from my point of view, layman's terms, and that's what I like to think of myself as. I'm no expert, I'm no world champion shot or anything like that, but from your sort of average Joe, I think it's going to be down to personal preference. I'm swaying towards the Beretta, if I'm honest. It just feels like it's got a bit more to it, if that makes any sense. But this thing feels, we have to compare the weight of them actually. I think this one feels lighter and more pointable and slimmer. Like I said, the Beretta is a nice girl with curves. The Benelli, she's a long distance runner. I think that's the best way I can kind of explain it, figure wise anyway. She's an athlete, the Benelli is. Anyway guys, hope that was a bit of a fun video. It's one of them. It's a great gun. It's a great shotgun. Excellent pedigree. I am a big fan of Benelli. I always have been. You know, like I said, my Supernova, I know it's a totally different gun, but it is a keeper. It's a keeper, this one is. You know, it's my field gun, and you can see that it's had a lot of work. I can't even wipe them scorch marks off now. It's had some serious rounds through that as. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, yeah, Benelli. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. But have a look if you're in the market for a new practical or 3-gun shotgun, and you're toying between this and the Beretta. You need to have a look at them both. You need to shoulder them both. You need to feel them. Have a bit of a and you won't necessarily be able to have a go of them both, but just to sort of have a bit of a fondle of them, you know. And ideally you want some dummy rounds so you can sort of just have practice loading them. Like I said, I think it's the Beretta. I think I'm swaying a little bit towards that, if I'm honest, because like I said, it's got a lot of the customization that you'd want doing once you've bought it has already been done, whereas the SP hasn't. So anyway guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it. If you're not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button and stay tuned, loads more interesting stuff to come as ever. Thanks for watching. That's Racknload. See ya.